Hey y'all, we're going to make a feta cream cheese pasta bake that looks so yummy. You want to either use a skillet or a large baking dish, and you're going to want about 2 pints of cherry tomatoes. You're just going to pour them over in there after you've washed, of course, and cleaned them. And then you're going to you want 1 shallot. Now, this is the good thing about these kind of recipes. You can, use 1 or add a little bit more. And you can either dice it, but most of them quarter this up. So I'm going to grab me a kitchen knife, and we are going to quarter this up. You want to preheat your oven too to about 400. You want to use some sort of tubular pasta. I'm going to use a bowl. I just got a pound. Like I said, it calls for 1 shallot, so I suppose that's up to your taste buds. How much you want in your stuff. Let me get this peeled. All right, we got our shallots ready. Like I said, you're supposed to use 1 and quarter it. I'm using 2. That's the beauty of this kind of stuff. You can do what you want to. And this is a big one. I would just use part of it. I don't know. Let's just eat it. And then you want about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. Just one of those smashed. And put in there. I'm going to spread this out a little bit. It doesn't say anything about mincing them, so we're just going to, you know what I think I'll do? I'll leave it kind of in chunks so we can see it and we don't take huge bites. It will smell like garlic for days. So will the kitchen, but I love garlic. I'm not going to complain about that. And then something else I'm going to do that is not part of this recipe. It is usually a very simple, meatless, cheese goes in the middle kind of recipe. But we are probably going to add a little bit of chicken in there. Either that or I'll just fry it over in the skillet. And we'll have it to go with. Because I've got that 1 piece that was left over from 2 nights ago that I need to do something with. Remember when I had butterflied those in, or not butterflied them, but mashed them flat. So what I might do is cut it in strips. I could either throw it in here to cook with these tomatoes in the sauce, or I can just fry it on top of the stove. And I'm thinking by the time I throw with this, I may just throw it in. We may just cut it in strips and throw it in. Okay, the next step we're going to do is you want a cup, all but about a tablespoon of it we're going to use right now of extra virgin olive oil. This is another one of them things you can, I probably should use it. Make sure all that's good and coated. Now we're going to use some red pepper flakes. Now we're going to use some salt in here. Throw a little over my shoulder. A little bit of red pepper flakes. I'm not going to put a ton because I want to taste it, but I don't want it super duper hot. So we'll sprinkle those. A few of those. That's maybe half a teaspoon-ish. I'll stop those. Then we're going to toss it again. Actually, I'm going to do a few adjustments to this recipe. This is a bio recipe, but I'm going to change it up just a little bit. At the end, we're going to use, I got some fresh basil leaves from out in the yard. We'll use that at the end, but also I'm going to put some Italian seasonings. You're supposed to have 3 fresh sprigs of thyme leaves. We're just going to use some dried. And that's going to take forever. Let me see if I can get that out a little faster. Now, we're just going to put a little dried thyme in there. And then, little Italian. Shake it, shake it. And then we're going to toss it again. Onion bacon there. I'm going to take my quartered onion and kind of break it up a little bit. Just so that kind of goes. Flavor gets everywhere. Okay, now normally you would just get you a block of feta cheese, and when I was reading about this, well, I can't tell y'all because now I don't remember, but they were saying there was a difference because some of them said that some of the feta cheese, depending on what it was made from, like goat or cow, I think, didn't melt as well as some of the others, and you're supposed to just put a solid block of feta cheese, but then some people use the crumbled kind. And some people use that Bjorn cheese, and they liked it. But the consensus in the reviews is everybody says the cream cheese blows it all away. So I thought, well, I had this feta cheese from the chicken recipe last night. Why is it when I want to open something, you struggle with it? Let's see. On the struggle bus with the cream cheese. Anyway, so this is the way we're going to do it. You're going to take that block of cream cheese and you're going to put it right in the middle. And because we have some feta, I won't put the whole block in the middle because that's what you're really supposed to do. But what I will do, I mean, why not? We'll just cheese ours up a little extra. And we'll just sprinkle some of the feta around. Now, in the meantime, y'all want to be making your... Well, actually, I hadn't started mine yet because this will cook for 45 minutes till these cherry tomatoes burst. And then you'll want to make your elbow macaroni, you know, when it's closer to time for that because that don't take near as long. I think that is plenty. Plenty cheese. Now, let me wipe my hand off. Now, the tablespoon of olive oil that you were supposed to reserve, I'll just pour it from here. You just want to pour over your cheese. We'll just give it a drop. Actually, I'll just spray that part since it's pretty coated. And then we're going to put it in the oven. Let me grab the thing over here. On 400 till the tomatoes burst, 40 to 45 minutes. And then a little bit after that, I'll start my... actually, no, we're not. We're going to put this chicken in it. This is not a normal thing. This is not your normal recipe. So I'm going to add this chicken. Hold on. I'm just going to cut it in real small pieces. That way, if it's baking for 45 minutes, I ain't got to worry about whether it gets done or not. I'm not even going to put it strips. We're going to cut it in small pieces. And it can go right in there. I could have done it on the skillet. Just throwing it in there after. But why not bake it in all this goodie? As long as I make it little. Whoop. That should turn out just fine. Then I'll bake my pasta. And when it all comes out, we'll mix it all up together. In fact, since I'm adding this chicken, I will probably drizzle some oil across the top of it just so it don't get dry. I mean, we could have had a meatless dish, but I might as well use up that piece. I wouldn't have used it after it's been in there 2 days, and that's enough. How much chicken a breast makes? Really, that's more than I need for this dish. I think what I'm going to do, now that I've got that in there, is toss it again. Pour a little more oil over it. That chicken is seasoned already from what I was making the other night. It's salt and pepper and garlic. It's all is on it, but I don't really want to do much more to it than that. Okay, now since we did all that, I'm going to spray. I'll just spray them. The top of my chicken. And those tomatoes will burst open, and oh my. I'll put a little more thyme on that. You know what I want right on top of that? I don't want a lot of salt in here since I salted it. But I got this roasted garlic and rosemary. I got fresh rosemary outside. I should go grab a sprig or two of it and throw it in here. I'm going to put a little bit on top of that cream cheese. So we'll have that when it comes out. And actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a sprig of rosemary off the bush out here. Throw a couple in it, and it's going in the oven. Okay. A little bit. Let's just lay it right on the... right around the top. Look at my bush. It's blooming out there. I got the most beautiful rosemary bush. And look at those pretty little flowers. I'm going to go out there. I mean, it is huge. I'm going to go out there and pick me some of it. And some of these blooms, I put it in here in the kitchen like a bouquet. Because it smells so good. It reminds me of Christmas when you do that. Which always cheers me up. I love Christmas. Anyway, that's going in the oven right now. Would you look at that? Just yum, y'all. I mean, that just smells and looks amazing. We are waiting on our pasta because I kind of got sidetracked on the telephone. And I forgot that I still... Well, let me get this up here close to y'all so you can see all that yummy goodness bubbling. And then when the pasta gets done, I'm going to mix all this up. My pasta's boiling over back here. Let me do that. Let me fix that. And we'll have some dinner. Check this rosemary out. Now. Isn't that a beautiful dish? Let me take me a picture from here. Let me move my stuff. Oh, and then I'll tell you what we got to do. I forgot about that. Our basil. I'm just going to pinch it. It might be easy to do one piece at a time. Drop some here and there. This is fresh, light. And I can tell you right now, it's going to be amazing. Really, 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 really good. Then we'll stir it all up. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty. I need to take pictures. It's so pretty, I don't want to stir it up, but we're going to. Let's go ahead and mix it all up now. And then when my elbow macaroni over here pasta gets done, we will add it. I keep not letting it get enough air, so it's bubbling over my noodles back there. Well, it ain't noodles, it's elbow macaroni. Then we'll add that to this. I know this is going to be so good. I'm going to go ahead and get me out something so I can taste it real quick. I'll just get down here and kneel since y'all are way up there. Or, well, you know what I mean. I'm trying to tape this so it'll tape up the whole TV screen. I'm trying to... I'll be below this. That is so good. Holy smokes, they're all of it. It's fresh. It's creamy. It's so good, y'all. This is one you've got to make. I'll add the noodles in a bit. Okay, let's finish this up. All I got to really do is put some pasta in it. And I don't want to put so much for the dry stuff, so we're going to see how much of this pound I need. You could always throw your little, you know, if you throw that pasta over there and it ain't super good and done, and you put a ton in there, it's going to dry up all that juice that you got. I don't want dry pasta. So that looks about perfect to me. Let's plate it up really quick. I'll just grab a, should have done that before I hit the button. Tomato or two on top. Look, I put me the thing on there so I can make it pretty for a picture, but that is amazingly delicious. It'll be a hit anywhere. I got a piece of pasta over here. Y'all enjoy. I'll put the recipe up. I'm going to upload it first, and I'll go get to the laptop and put the recipe up for you. Y'all have a great night.